All right, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. We are going live, folks, and people are talking about 50K Bitcoin again, and frankly, I'm not that surprised, guys, and we're seeing a nice crypto explosion. What if I told you that Bitcoin was up 10% over the last week? Well, that's pretty significant, considering we're talking about an $800 billion asset. BlackRock, Fidelity, the largest asset managers in the world, are gobbling up Bitcoin as fast as they can right now. ETFs, I saw today, almost hold 4% of the available supply of Bitcoin, about 3.5%. That's an incredible statistic. Today, we're going to talk about what is moving up, some of the big stories in the space. Obviously, been a big conversation lately with politics and crypto and with regulation. We're going to talk about how the mainstream media has flip-flopped here, give a little update on Jim Cramer. Some price predictions from Anthony Scaramucci. I like saying that name. Talking about how Bitcoin could flip gold. Is this possible? Is this on the table? I certainly think so. Also, another thing we're looking at is, again, how much that BlackRock and Fidelity have and what that means for the broader market. Talking about Elon Musk today. The Musk rat, if you will. I don't know why I call him Musk rat, but Elon Musk is going to be launching the X Everything app, which could integrate cryptocurrencies, which could cause a dogecoin explosion. I think Shiba Inu is due for a pump as well. I think people haven't been really talking about those two, so I want to talk a little bit about that today. And then obviously we've got a FOMC meeting tomorrow, and I want to talk about that for you guys as well. We'll take a peek at some of the stocks that trade related to crypto like Coinbase, and obviously the S&P 500, as people are probably getting ready for some volatility tomorrow. Looking bullish. Leading into this, we're expecting a rate pause. And then I want to talk about the hottest coin out there and why we can take a page out of its book. Hint, it's Solana, has laid out a path for any chain that wants to be successful that I want to take you through. So we got a lot to get through today. Here's how we're going to do it, guys. We're going to go through some of the prices. We're going to talk through some of the news stories throughout the stream. I'm going to interact with this beautiful audience. And at the end, we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A. So welcome back, everybody. This is the Crypto Report. I am Crypto Kip. Hope everybody's doing all right today. Let's just go ahead and get right in it. So right now, we see the overall market cap of crypto at 1.68 trillion. Bitcoin dominance really isn't doing anything spectacular right now. I know Black Sea is bullish on Bitcoin dominance, as am I really. When we get a Bitcoin halving, typically we're going to see that Bitcoin dominance increase. Now that we see these asset managers in this space, I do think we're going to see a higher Bitcoin dominance at some point, which means that some of your favorite altcoins could continue to lag behind Bitcoin. I know there's a lot of Crow fans out there, and Crow could certainly be one of those laggers next to Crow Coin. Speaking of Crow fam, got Cryogenics in the chat. Good to see you. Good morning. But you know what? That's not a problem at all, guys. I still believe that we are in an incredible accumulation opportunity. I've got my big annual bonus for my day job coming in April, and it couldn't come at a better time because the Bitcoin halving is right about to happen at about April 18th, from which point from there, I think we're probably going to get a big crypto explosion like we've seen in the past. We talk about the 4-year cycles. That's really what it's based off of. So there are some great opportunities to buy the dip, but let's just look at Bitcoin here because you just had a great opportunity to buy a dip. Bitcoin came all the way down to $38,000, which was my key target. We've been talking about that for a while here on the channel. Of course, we can't predict exactly what's going to happen, and you got to acknowledge that Bitcoin tends to surprise people. But if you bought the dip at 38K, which was my target, the one I felt most confident about, you could have a 10% gain on Bitcoin alone over the last 7 days. That is an amazing return. If you look at the average returns for the S&P 500 over the last 100 years on average, you're talking about 7 to 10%. 10% is a good year. I think it's like 7.8 or something like that. Bitcoin is providing 7% or 10% returns in 7 days if you just buy the dip, guys. And that's what it's really all about. When you see fear happening, and how do you see fear? Well, you look at the fear and greed index, folks, and you see we're right now neutral, kind of going into the green. We were kind of the lower end of neutral, moving into this kind of orange out of the yellow, which means there's fear, which means a little bit of a good pullback, possibly to buy the dip. Of course, things can collapse even further. I've been saying, around the Bitcoin halving, I'm not going to be surprised at all to see right before or right after the Bitcoin halving a 50% retracement for Bitcoin overall and an even bigger reckoning for altcoins. I wouldn't be surprised to see it. Could we pump up from here, move up, double the price of these tokens, and then have that 50% retracement? Certainly, which would basically bring us right back to where we are today. So there's a lot of things on the table here, but if you did buy the dip, let's see how you're doing. If you bought some Bitcoin, you did pretty well. You bought some Ethereum over the last 7 days, you're up 7.34%. Some altcoins like Solana, which we're going to talk a little bit later, did even better. 26% gains on Solana. If you bought the dip, you had a 26% gain on that DCA. That, well, or if it wasn't even a DCA, let's say you just had some cash on the sidelines and you saw the tasty dip and you bought in. Well, 25% gains in 7 days ain't so bad. That's what you get with the beautiful volatility that is crypto. But when you buy them high, you can get hurt. Now, if you bought a Solana at like $1.20, you've been hurting for about a month now because we were up to like $1.20, $1.30. And Solana came all the way down to $85. That would be a pretty painful stretch of time if you bought it at $130 and then you're just sitting here and you're all frustrated because then it comes down to $85. But you know what, guys? If you're dollar cost averaging, I would just urge you to kind of eliminate the frustration. You're dollar cost averaging, and at the end of the day, if you're buying right now, then you probably believe we're going to go much higher than this, like I do. I think you could see an $800 Solana, maybe even a $1,000 Solana at some point in this bull cycle. We'll see how it plays out. 100K Bitcoin, dollar crow, $2 crow maybe. A lot of great coins that are going to have a lot of moves. Pakasad says, Kia from Aura, Kia Aura from New Zealand. Good to see profits looking healthy. FOMC will be interesting. Yeah, the FOMC will be very, very interesting. I'm not sure what else you're saying there, Kia Aura. I'm not familiar with that. But looking at some of the big gainers here from the top, you're going to see Cardano doing pretty well. Avalanche and Solana are kind of the two stars next to Ethereum. Ethereum, everybody loves Ethereum. If you don't love Ethereum, I'd be pretty surprised to hear that. I mean, you got to acknowledge it's a little slower. It's a little more expensive, quite a bit more expensive than Solana and Avalanche, but it is tried and true. It's got this network effect that you got to acknowledge the strength of Solana. But, of Ethereum, but Solana and Avalanche are kind of the new kids on the block that are bringing the most excitement. Cardano, there's a lot of Cardano bulls out there, but as you can see time and time again, Avalanche and Solana continue to outperform other layer one competitors out there, including, really a lot of the big ones, but Cronos being one of them, and a variety of others, guys. I know some folks are bullish on Injective as well. Nice retracement for that, upward, coming back up. Aptos is doing pretty well. Let's look at the last 7 days and see what the big movers are. As we're getting people into the stream, smash the like button. Good to see everybody joining in here. We're going to do some price checks here, and then we're going to get into some of the bigger news. Manta Network is a new DeFi project that has climbed into the top 10 of DeFi in terms of total value locked up. And they had an airdrop recently, so that's doing pretty darn well. Pendle, I'm not familiar with what Pendle is. We'll have to maybe check that one out. Up 40% over the last 7 days. Biggest gainer, Helium as well, came out with the Helium network. That was a big story that really came just towards the end of 2023 and caused a parabolic move for Helium. Had a big retracement, but again, if you bought the dip, 34% gains over the last 7 days. Sui has been getting a lot of excitement. A lot of the same names. So you can kind of start to see, what are people hyped about. Now, just because it's going up right now doesn't mean that something else isn't going to come along. In fact, guaranteed, there's going to be a coin that's going to pump that you had no idea about. That's the thing about crypto. When you're talking about 40,000 or more, I guess there's 2.2 million different cryptocurrencies now, as you can see for CoinMarketCap. All of a sudden, something's going to come out of nowhere. Don't even get me started on meme coins. Those are almost impossible to predict. They're a lot of fun. You can make a lot of money really quick, but the name of the game with that, in my opinion, is taking profits, folks. Are there any big losers over the last 7 days? Not really. Everything's kind of coming back over the last 7 days, so not a lot of big losers on the day. We're not really seeing too much red either. Injective is a little bit down here over the last 24 hours. I think maybe just seeing a little bit of a retracement right now. Manta, though it had a great week, is just down a little bit. And that makes sense. If these things were moving up a lot over the last 7 days, just a slight little correction. So these are really moving up. Kind of same names. We're seeing them over and over again. We're going to keep an eye on what's hot. Let me know how you guys are feeling out there. Tectonic fan out there. All right. Very cool. Pakisad says he's up 250% on Solana. That is beautiful. Dust airdrop for ADA holders. Do you know anything about that? I hold ADA and Exodus. I don't even hold any Cardano. I'm not familiar with the Dust airdrop, but airdrop season is ongoing. A lot of airdrops. Just took advantage of the WEN airdrop. Got like $75 in this WEN token. Small amount of money. I'll tell you, I was pretty impressed, though, with the airdrop for the Pyth network, which was probably, and if you see this, let's see here, Pyth was probably one of the bigger movers somewhere. There you go. Pyth, ranked number 97 right now at $648 million market cap, under $1 billion. This thing's probably going to get back over $1 billion at some point. It had a huge airdrop that was very impressive. And the Jupiter airdrop, if you're a Jupiter bull, if you're a Solana bull, Pakisada, you got some Solana. Are you getting some of that Jupiter airdrop? I saw they've already got like 250 million, or no, over like $20 million or $25 million of trading volume going on. Or maybe of market cap, maybe I misread it. But that could be really big. I think people could make some pretty good money on that. Cousin Carl, good to see you in the chat. We're doing a little bit of coin updates here before we kind of get into some of the news. For all you Crow fans, just keep in mind, guys, Crow's up 12% over the last 7 days. It's down from 10 cents, but, again, some of your favorite coins, they're not going to go up overnight. But if there's a big dip, you can certainly make good gains overnight or within just 7 short days if you buy the dip. I saw a lot of people buying the Crow dip, and I'm sure you're enjoying some of the gains on that right now. Crow versus the dollar is trying to come back up, kind of within my expectations right now. We were saying, hey, if we can attempt to break above 8.7 cents, maybe we can get a breakout back to 10 cents. But it all depends on our friend BTC. I'm going to go down to the 4 hourly candles and let's fit the data to the screen so we can see what we got going on. Bitcoin's back up in this channel and finding resistance in this channel. Wow, this thing that I had drawn out for a while is just beautiful. I can't believe that it's still really fighting on these. I guess I can. This was a really significant channel that we danced in and out of, and we're back in it just to kind of hit the tail end of this. Once this is over, we're going to have to find something else because now we're just looking at price levels. This triangle is one of the best things I've had for some of the midterm action on Bitcoin. But it looks like, and put it in the thumbnail, $50,000 Bitcoin, is it on the table? Yeah, I mean, if we can break out to the upside here, if we can get a move back above 45K, maybe we take another chance at this 49K high. We'll see how it goes. It's pretty crazy to see that Bitcoin has officially flipped bullish for 2024. We have now what is it? I think it's our 5th green month in a row for crypto and Bitcoin, which is great to see, guys. And as Bitcoin keeps going up, you're going to get your altcoins moving as well. Ethereum's obviously moving up today right now, which is good to see. A lot of people were hoping, myself and Black Sea included, for a altcoin rally with this Ethereum breakout. We had a little bit of an altcoin rally, which was exciting there for a moment. But what happened? Bitcoin tumbled down. So did Ethereum. All on the Sell the News event, which we talked about for months on end. I said it every single day. Sell the news event with Bitcoin. Was it possible we got a bullish move? Of course. I'm always acknowledging both sides of the story, guys. I can't predict the future, but, I could tell you this. If I say something repeatedly and I stress one thing more so, then that's obviously what I think is going to happen. In my heart of hearts, I felt a sell-off coming from the Bitcoin ETF news, which is why we talked about it so much before the mainstream media was talking about it. If you're listening to something when the mainstream media is talking about it, you're probably late to the party. Other coins that are retracing beautifully right now, Alex Labs had a nice little move up. I think we're going to get some continued upside for this. Again, if Bitcoin keeps moving. Solana and Stacks, I think, are going to be some pretty big plays in DeFi. Hopefully, Cronos can catch up as well. There's going to be a lot of competition out there for layer 1 and layer 2 protocols and the building of DeFi. I think that's really the next phase of crypto here. I mean, people are already familiar with DeFi. People are using it. But when you look at it, not a lot of people are using DeFi. And this play right here, this is Bitcoin on DeFi. Alex Labs is a DEX built on Bitcoin. So something to keep in mind, folks. Now, Bitcoin is back above $43,000. CNBC is reporting this, and we are turning green for 2024. Don't believe me? Just look right here. Bitcoin monthly returns, guys. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5th green month. We're officially up 2.5% in January. for Bitcoin. I've pointed it out before. I'll point it out again. We have at most had, it looks like, I always forget here, I think it is 5 green months in a row is probably a record for Bitcoin in terms of consecutive green months in a row. Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the record. 2020 into 2021, that is a bull market season. 2020 into 2021 was bullish times, guys. And so we're turning a corner and we're coming up on bullish signs. Is it a little early? Well, the Bitcoin halving is not till April, so we will see how it plays out. But we're looking pretty good right now, folks. We are looking pretty good. Jim Cramer, on the other hand, was talking the whole time. I mean, it's such a joke, okay? He was saying, time to roll out a Bitcoin while the number glow up club tries to keep it at $40,000. Well, they kept it at $40,000, at least for now. Could we come back down? All that's still on the table. Now, if we get back above 50K, then I think maybe we could say, it's hard to say. Maybe if we get back above 50K, we could say goodbye to $38,000. But again, I am still skeptical of Bitcoin in the sense that I am expecting some kind of 50%. I am expecting some kind of 30 to 50% retracement. We've gotten a couple 20% retracements for Bitcoin, but I'm expecting some kind of 30 to 50% retracement somewhere around this halving, okay? But so many people out there said, bottom confirmed when Jim Cramer put out this tweet, and it's almost exact. I mean, this guy tweets something bearish, and that is literally like the bottom of this stuff. It's unbelievable. This guy is a host on CNBC, and CNBC is obviously coming out flipping bullish. Jim Cramer, on the other hand, if you look at his Twitter, what will you notice about that? You'll notice that he's totally shut up about Bitcoin. And now that he's wrong, what is he? He's saying nothing. He comes out, he gives a bad prediction, and then he says nothing else about Bitcoin. There's no comments on it right now. Why? Because he's wrong, and so he's just avoiding it till kind of the hype dies down, and then he'll come back to the table when Bitcoin's bumping. He'll call it a modern marvel. He'll say it's bullish. The price of Bitcoin will crash, and then he'll flip bearish, and then the price of Bitcoin will go up again. And we'll see that happen over and over and over again. Now, in the meantime, if you zoom out on these charts and you look at what's happening with Bitcoin, it continuously goes up. We have ETFs that have just been launched, and now another prediction from hedge fund chief Anthony Scaramucci says Bitcoin will easily get to half the market capitalization of gold, at least to 7 or 8 trillion. That is $400,000 a coin. And he is exactly right. Now, in fact, if Bitcoin flips gold, which I believe that Bitcoin will flip gold at some point in the future, that does not happen. That does not have to happen in the next bull cycle, guys. I just think at some point in the history of Bitcoin, we're going to see Bitcoin flip gold. Could be in 10 years, could be in 20 years. We'll see how it plays out. Could be this cycle. Who knows, guys? Who knows? Okay, I can't predict the future. But mathematically, if Bitcoin flips gold, you get a $700,000 Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets to half the value of gold, you're looking at about a $350,000 Bitcoin. And that is pretty good. It's pretty good. So you have something to look out for. People say, you're not going to make a lot of money on Bitcoin. People say, well, Bitcoin, it's too expensive. I can't buy. You could still make gains on Bitcoin. If you don't have any interest in holding a Bitcoin, that doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you've got the opportunity to hold one Bitcoin and no altcoins, or a little bit of Bitcoin and some altcoins as well, I can understand where you're in some altcoins, but Bitcoin's still very attractive to me. Obviously, I've got a lot of money in altcoins right now, but I'm always trying to pivot back into Bitcoin and ETH. And Solana might be joining that party, folks. Solana kind of might be joining that club, the cool kids club of what everybody wants. We'll see. I still have a very, very, very small position in Solana, and when my bonus comes, I might pull the trigger on a big, big buy of Solana and Avalanche. We'll see how it plays out, guys. Might get some Solana, Avalanche, and Cardano, potentially. Let me know what your thoughts are on that. I got a huge bonus coming. Thousands and thousands of dollars coming my way for a big sales bonus, and I got to figure out where to spend it. So throw in the comments down below, what do you think that I should buy? And I've already got plenty of Crow, so don't worry about that. And I've also got plenty of STX20s and BRC20 tokens as well. So we don't need to worry about those. Those, I think, are off the table for me. But outside of that, what are you guys thinking about? What are some of the hot coins that you're looking at out there? Let me fix this up really quick. Gotta get my little screen share going here. All right. Okay, so other than that, other news I want to share with you guys, BlackRock and Fidelity got another $500 million worth of BTC overnight. Since I talked about this yesterday, they're up to 107,000 Bitcoin worth $4.6 billion. Absolutely incredible. Some people are bullish on Fetch AI in the chat. Not buying BTC Pakistan. I'm sure you got a good position in BTC then at that point. Silent Fart says hit the like button. Couldn't agree with that guy more. If you hit the like button, that's the number one thing you can do to support the channel. And then, saying waiting for that crypto Super Bowl commercial. I don't believe, we'll see, guys. Now, let me ask you. I'm going to put out a poll here. Will there be a crypto commercial for the Super Bowl? You let me know what you guys think, okay? I put a little poll out. I'm curious. I don't know if we will. I think we've even seen comments in the past that said that there wouldn't be, but hopefully Crypto.com can have a commercial. That would be super, super cool. I wouldn't be surprised to see it from Crypto.com. That would be great. That would be great to see, especially as crypto is getting hot. You know, we had sponsored Crypto.com Cronos. I say we. I'm a big holder of Cronos. I got a lot of Cronos tokens, so shout out to the Crow fam. But, you know, if you get a ad that comes out or a big news story comes out and it's a bear market, you're probably not going to get a lot of price action on your token. But if you have a big story that comes out and things are heating up and it's a bull market, then you might get some good pump action on your token. Good example is when Crypto.com sponsored the FIFA World Cup. It did nothing for the price action because we were in death mode for crypto. That's just where we are. I shouldn't even say death mode. I should say accumulation opportunity galore for crypto. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see. But the story goes that people are buying Bitcoin like crazy. And Google just had these ads come out. I'm seeing BlackRock ads and Fidelity ads. And I'm still convinced that one day Vanguard is going to flip. Vanguard does not offer their clients Bitcoin, but I think that's wrong. I think they're going to figure out that's wrong in the future. Other bullish news for crypto. Elon Musk receives money transmitter license for payment services in Nevada, continuing to get those licenses he needs to launch his Everything app. I really think that this Everything app is going to be huge. Elon Musk is the ultimate disruptor right now. He is coming out. He is controversial. Whether you like him or don't like him, you got to acknowledge that, yes, he's controversial, first of all, and two, he is a game changer. It's going to be very interesting to see what kind of cost comes with this product that he's going to launch with the Everything app. Is he going to be taking money away from 401k providers like Vanguard who aren't willing to get with the times? I think that there's a chance. He wants to make it so you can put your 401ks in there, so you can order an Uber in there, so you can make it. You can do every kind of financial transaction that you could imagine through his app. And I think it's genius. And what gets me excited and what should get you excited if you're a crypto holder is when this Everything app launches, he's probably going to integrate crypto in it. It's probably going to be one of the simplest ways. I'm going to imagine that he's going to figure out a way where you can really pay for things with crypto in a very easy way. Maybe integrating a wallet into the X app potentially, where it's very easy to kind of move in and out of TradFi. If he comes out with some kind of technology that gives us a beautiful on and off ramp that's quicker or cheaper than what you do when you kind of have to go through, you know, these centralized exchanges, even Crypto.com or Coinbase, if FX can really kind of take it to the next level, it could really be a market changer. And so I think it's bullish. I really think that it's bullish for Dogecoin. I will be buying some Doge at some point in 2024 just to kind of catch a wave, because inevitably Dogecoin out of nowhere gets 20 to 50% pumps. Even though it's a huge market cap, I think especially upon an Elon Musk move, we're going to see something like that again. And the X Everything app could be the number one thing for it. In my mind, it is the number one thing that will pump Dogecoin. And if Dogecoin pumps, I think we're going to see a pump out of Shiba Inu as well, guys. I do. Yeah, so Silent says he invented PayPal as well, so I believe he'll start the crypto payment ball rolling. I really do think so. He is Elon after all. What else we got going on? Coinbase stock trying to find a bottom again. I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing dip a little bit lower to like 109. Maybe we get a little bit of a move up here with Bitcoin. If Bitcoin moves up, Coinbase stock moves up. Everything traces Bitcoin, guys. Not the S&P 500 anymore, but if you're looking at Coinbase, if you're looking at MicroStrategy stock, if you're looking at Robinhood, if you're looking at MicroStrategy, if you're looking at Riot Blockchain, if you're looking at these ETFs, if Bitcoin goes up, those go up. If Bitcoin goes down, those go down. That's how it works. Sometimes it's a little bit of a lagged effect, and the percentage gains and losses are not mirrored to each other. In fact, I'd say that Coinbase stock is probably more volatile than Bitcoin at this point. It's had bigger gains. It's also had bigger losses. So something to keep in mind. But right now, we're doing all right for this. I'm still very bullish on the Coinbase stock. They are holding a ton of crypto, which is going to report very well in their earnings whenever those earnings reports come out for this publicly traded company. And that's going to be insanely bullish. Same reason I'm bullish on MicroStrategies. There's been a pretty bad take in the mainstream media of people saying that these stocks are going to just have mega outflows because everybody's going to go for the ETFs. And I just don't think that's the case. Some people will probably sell and move into some of the ETFs. But I think that as buyers are coming in, it's nice to have some exposure to a variety of different players. And there's different reasons that these should go up. Coinbase holding a bunch of Bitcoin, but also being the custodian for these ETFs and being the driver of the USDC coin. I think that's something that's very interesting. Brian Armstrong being one of the guys sitting in Washington with his ear to the politicians, trying to make sure they're not over-regulating crypto and doing it right. That's its own bullish component. Michael Saylor just being one of the biggest holders of Bitcoin, just being Michael Saylor. MicroStrategy's holding a lot of Bitcoin. That could go very well for them as well. What's going to have more gains, the ETFs or Coinbase and MicroStrategies? Who knows, guys? Who knows? We'll see how it plays out. I'm really bullish on Coinbase, though. It's probably one of my top picks, personally. S&P 500, it is breaking to all-time highs. And so tomorrow, we are going to have an FOMC meeting, and I would like to go live for that FOMC meeting. I do have a meeting tomorrow at 10 a.m. So yes, I should be able to do it. I'm going to be live tomorrow during the FOMC meeting. So mark your calendars, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notification bell so that you don't miss it. If you want to join us and kind of check out some of the volatility that's going on in Bitcoin. We're going to see something crazy. Now, maybe the S&P 500 continues to shoot up. Maybe tomorrow's the day where we see the S&P 500 break 5,000. That would be incredible. Maybe tomorrow is the day where we see Bitcoin break 50,000. Tomorrow, FOMC, if they pause the rates, do we go up or do we go down? If we go up, I think we take another stab at 50K. If we go down, then you're looking at 38K again, probably. But don't be surprised if we see some mad wicks. If you guys want to trade some of that volatility, we do have a free sign up for you guys down below for FEMEX. If you want to check it out, you can get access to a free sign up bonus when you do sign up, if you want to check that out. So you just got to deposit a little bit of money. If you want to trade some of these volatilities coming up, it's going to be really risky, guys. So if you're trading a crazy moment like the FOMC meeting, you better be in and out of those trades, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Heck, I'm not even a leverage trader myself. I used to do it. I'm more of a DCA hodler. Let me know if you guys are trading in the comments down below or kind of where your heads at are with that. So we'll keep an eye on this. But I want to talk a little bit about Solana now. So Solana is showing some beautiful metrics. We are seeing more people getting into Solana than ever before. The transaction volume hits a multi-year high. The amount of Solana wallets is hitting highs. We see absolutely crazy things coming to Solana. And there's two reasons. One, it's been a great performer. It's a couple of reasons. One, it's been a great performer in terms of price action already, and so everybody's chasing gains. Two, it does have some pretty spectacular technology. The transaction fees are low, and it is very, very quick when you are doing transactions. Another thing you got to keep in mind is that they have the #1 meme coin community right now. Because when it comes to trading meme coins, which you originally saw meme coins being traded on Ethereum, ERC20 tokens that are memes, that's what it was. But the barrier to entry is pretty high. Well, what am I talking about? If you're a newcomer, and typically with newcomers, we see them chasing meme coins. Meme coins are community tokens. They bring a sense of community to these ecosystems. Ethereum had Shiba Inu, and it had Dogecoin, and it had all these exciting things. Actually, I think these have their own chains right now. But a lot of the most popular meme tokens were launched on ERC20 network. But the barrier to entry was insanely huge because the fee to conduct a transaction was upwards of $50, sometimes upwards of $100 for Ethereum. And so newcomers coming to the space that are starting with a little bit of money, if you want to get in and out of position, you're just going to lose your profit just from the fees. When you go to Solana, you don't really have that going on. So what Solana and the Solana community has done a really great job of is getting the bonkness going wild. It started with bonk. There was an airdrop to people that I think it was to people that bought NFTs originally. I think it was anybody who interacted with dApps on Solana in general got some free bonk, and then people bought bonk like crazy, bought the dip, and then all of a sudden when crypto started to get hot again, bonk started to explode. Solana was doing well, but holding bonk was like having a leverage position on Solana. If Solana did a 2x, it seems like bonk did a 5 or 10x. And that's what you can see with some meme tokens. The market cap's really low on them, and if there's hype going and a community is growing, you can see some crazy things happen. Well, the reason you're seeing metrics like this, Solana monthly transaction volume hitting multi-year highs and wallets going to all-time highs, is because there are a lot of people trying to find the next bonk, trying to find the next Miro, trying to find the next silly dragon, trying to find the next whatever it might be. The Wen token was one that was new. Kulo is one that people are talking about. I think that one's on Polygon, though. So people are looking for these next tokens. So what do? They download the Phantom wallet, they buy some Solana, and they start interacting with the Solana blockchain. And so Solana is the perfect example of what all these other communities need to keep in mind. If you're trying to find the most successful communities, I think that the key is, are they active on social media? CrowFam is very, very active on social media. I'm bullish on that. Now, we don't have a lot of meme tokens, and we don't have a lot of hype over some of the dApps and DEXs on Cronos yet, but I think that could be coming at some point this bull run. I remain bullish on Cronos. But Solana, by far and above, has had the most excitement for meme tokens, but Avalanche has had some hype with the Inu token. Polygon has had it with the Gone, and now the Kulo token, which is why Polygon is up here as well. That's kind of what you have to look out for. Binance Smart Chain had its own little DeFi bull market in the last bull cycle, and now Binance Smart Chain is one of the top chains next to Ethereum. That's the key. If you want to see any of these other chains, whether it's Aptos or whether it's Gnosis or Kava, Succeed or Cronos, you're going to need to see more community excitement, more activity, just like we've seen out of Solana. In the meantime, Solana is going to continue to do well until the next hot thing comes along. Avalanche and Solana are kind of competing right now. Right now, Solana is certainly still blowing Avalanche out of the water in overall results from market cap, from percentage gains perspective, from total value locked up in the ecosystem. But no doubt that these are both two of the hottest plays right now. And I think there will be others. And let me know what your thoughts are and which ones you're most bullish on in the comments down below. Okay, folks, let me know that. So let's see, what else do we have here? Well, looks like we're seeing the mountains. You know what that means, guys. Time for a little bit of a Q&A. Q&A, folks. So right now we got 83% of people that believe that we will see a Super Bowl commercial. I don't know. It's a very good question if we will or will not see a Super Bowl commercial. Let me go ahead and pull up the Bitcoin price for y'all. Here, let's do that. Throw some questions in the comments down below, guys. We're going to take a peek at some price action right now. Looks like Bitcoin's in the fight of its life. Here we go. There we go. Pakisad asked me, do I hold LUNC? Is it dead? I think I don't like Luna Classic. I do not hold it. I never did. I never will, especially after what happened with the stablecoin situation and Do Kwon. Never going to hold it. Not a fan. If you're holding it, I wish you the best of luck. I hope you make a bunch of money. I hope you take some profits. I think we're going to see some pumps out of the thing. I shouldn't say unfortunately. If you're holding it, I hope you see a pump. But I think we're going to see a pump out of some tokens that maybe aren't so good for crypto. I think that Luna Classic is one of those. I think that FTX is one of those. I'm not a fan of FTX. I'm not a fan of Luna Classic. And it's because of the history of what's gone on with those teams and with the token. They're on the outs for me. But inevitably, I think the FTX token, you're going to see a bunch of pumps out of that. And the exchange is allegedly relaunching, so you can see a dead coin pump. And whether Luna Classic is dead or not, I can't really tell you. I can just tell you I'm not going to invest in it. Yeah, crypto.com is delisting it for sure. So that is the fate of Terra Luna Classic. But, you know, XRP has some delistings, so you never know. But we are very much right back in this channel for Bitcoin. Absolutely spectacular here. So 43,390 bucks, folks. I do think that we could see a move to 50K on the back of it's all about the FOMC meeting tomorrow, folks. We are probably going to see a Fed rate pause, and then we're probably going to see a decrease. I mean, it's a 50-50 shot for the March FOMC. They might pivot. They might lower the rates. They could hold again. It's a 50-50 shot. Let me know what you think they're going to do down below. Well, folks, guys, that's all I got today. Looks like not too many questions in the chat this afternoon. Did a little bit of a later stream for you guys today. Had a pretty busy morning, but I wanted to go live for you guys, give you some of the updates on where we're at today. Pakisad says they say BTC dips after halving. What do you think it would drop to? It could drop before the halving. It could drop after the halving. I can't say where it dropped to unless I knew where it was at before it dropped. I believe that it's going to be a 30 to 50% drop that we're going to see at some point. So when I'm on screen and we're doing a live stream and I'm talking about how Bitcoin has dipped 30 or 50% from its highs so far, that's when you probably know the bottom is in. Probably. We'll see how it plays out, but that's my thought. So we could see Bitcoin go to $60,000 and then come down to 30K. And I wouldn't be surprised. We could see Bitcoin break all-time highs in the next 3 months and then come back down to go to 70K and then come back down to 45K go down to 35K, and I wouldn't be surprised. I know what Bitcoin's capable of because I've been in the market since 2016. I'm anticipating some kind of big drop. Does it have to happen? Doesn't have to happen. This is why we just DCA and HODL. That's what we do here on the channel. All right, guys, that's all I got for you in this one. Thanks for tuning in. Paka, good to see you guys, everybody in the chat. If you like the content, smash the like button, guys. If you want to become a member on this channel, you could do so in the link in the description down below or on our YouTube page. Become a member, you get access to our private Discord, where you can join our community with the crypto reporters and me and Black Sea, where we can talk directly with each other on Discord. But that's all I got. Don't forget to DCA, HODL, and of course, folks, I will see you in the next one. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Got more videos coming later today. As always, I'll see you next time. Peace, y'all.